Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently working towards enacting homesteading. We just need to pass this adoption here at this point to get that enacted, and that will enable and disable some production methods. It's nothing too major. The main idea behind it is it removes this plus 50% landowners' political strength. That's going to be a big deal, and then we can leverage that into moving back off of peasant levies, which they forced us to put back into peasant levies. To be honest, national militia is not great, so it's fine. If we manage to get into a position to get professional army or mass conscription, either of those would be good. Realistically, we probably want to go the professional army route. For now, of course, we're working on paying down our debts. We've got 15k in interest that we're paying every week, and we're paying down 16.4k in principal. So we're definitely making progress there. And this revolution is going to go away once we enact homesteading, right? This is not going to be a problem. I want to check in here. I definitely want to think about expanding, ideally into like Warsangali. The question is, do we want to do this now? I wouldn't mind taking over, like, the Horn of Africa, just essentially expanding this direction and then scooping down this way and making, like, a circuit around ourselves and then just slowly pushing into this area. That would be kind of the ideal scenario militarily. How much would we end up paying for our military wages? 876k. So if we do that, we're still above our interest payments. I feel like it's not a terrible idea. We've taken a break. We've nearly had our infamy hit 0. I think we probably want to do this. How tough of a battle is this going to be? It shouldn't be that bad. There's no mountains over here. So we would want to do a conquer state war goal here. The British Republic may join either side. If the British Republic joins their side, that would be problematic. But we're their protectorate. They have an interest in us being successful over here. So I'm going to mobilize these guys. How many troops do they even have? Oh, okay. We don't need to mobilize any more than that. Do we even need to turn up our military wages? I'm not convinced that we do. Wait a second. Did that just say that we're over our taxation capacity in Gondar? That's very interesting. When did that happen? That means that we no longer need these government... yeah, they can be paused. We no longer need these government administrations, right? We still need government administrations in Amhara. For the time being, I'm going to cancel these and we'll recreate them, knowing exactly how many we're going to need. So if we look at our taxation capacity, we're getting 10 each, which means we need 6 in Amhara. That's not so bad. That must have been due to our tech, is all I can imagine. We're currently constructing. Pause that. There we go. I do not want to be constructing at this moment. So that's good. We want to be paying down this debt, and we're going to start attacking out over here. We shouldn't have any big issues with this, in theory. So we can take over Warsangali. I don't think anyone's going to interfere with this at all. Yeah, the British Republic declared neutrality, and the only other ones who are scary are Egypt, who is currently cautious towards us. Last I knew, we were improving relations with them. It looks like that stopped at some point. I'm going to continue to improve relations with Egypt. We are not strong enough to be able to attack Egypt at this time without British help. And we can't guarantee British help. What is their relations with Egypt? There is none. Okay, noted. That's good to know. We now have homesteading. Cool, and we just unlocked Vox Populi. What do we have to do for that? Pass a law with the support of an agitator. Okay, cool. Absolutely wonderful. So let's check in on our production methods. These are mostly going to be rural production methods, specifically down over here. So we're on home workshops right now, and we're on free peasants. That automatically switched over, and we're on homesteading. Okay, sure. That looks good. We have access to cannon artillery? That's definitely an interesting thing to do. Interesting indeed. Let's stick on cannon artillery for right now. I think that's fine. We're going to continue to pay down this debt, and we do have those unrealized taxes. I do want to move these government administrations up at this time. We're going to get started on those soon. But we're going to attack Warsangali here. And we need to get this debt paid down, right? That is a high priority. I'm wondering what the price of artillery is. It is currently expensive. Honestly, I feel like having this increased here is unnecessary for this war. So I'm going to turn that back down. And yeah, everybody's going to declare neutrality. Nobody's actually interested in this. So do we think we're actually going to defeat Warsangali pretty easily here? Yes. Yes, we do. I don't expect any particular difficulty here. 7 plus 2 over here. Sure. We're probably going to wait for our infamy to drop. That at least gives time for our troops to reinforce a bit, right? So that would be a good thing. Let's see how this goes. I am expecting substantial victory early on here. Oh yeah, this is fine. We have no problem here. Now, we are negative in our convoys right now. That is noted. I don't believe that we can currently build any additional ports. That is correct. Okay. So this is fine. We're spending down our debt here at a rate of about 16K, about 17K per week right now, and 13K is being paid in interest. So that's looking good. Our military wages are up slightly due to us fighting over here, of course, and we're just easily going to take over Warsangali, right? This is not going to be a problem whatsoever. We're going to conquer this, and they don't agree to it right now, but they will very soon. There's a hardwood input goods shortage. That's noted. Out of curiosity, if we were to resume this, what would we be at? Minus 18.3? Okay, noted. For the time being, that's fine. I am definitely interested in hopping off of land-based taxation. I'd like to get, like, per capita taxation. What do we require for that? Currency standards? I mean, proportional would be ideal. For that, we need egalitarianism. And that's a ways away, I can tell you that right now. I do want to, of course, begin our construction again very soon. I'm not expecting Warsangali to be a big boon to our economy. We'll see what happens with that. They would not currently accept this, but they will very soon. So this war is over. They're fully occupied, and we're just waiting for them to accept this, to realize that the war is over. So that's good. Do we have access to any additional resource construction? Not currently, although we do have access to agriculture construction, and that's probably something that we want to do soon. But at the moment, our main problem is financial, right? In fact, can we put in a consumption tax? Coffee. Do it. We can also put in a consumption tax on fine art, or glass. Glass would actually be better here. So that puts us up to 22.6K. That's pretty solid, actually. We're paying down our debt relatively quickly at this juncture. And we're going to be very close. Minus 16.5K. That's going to be very, very close to being positive with resumed construction. So that's good. We're definitely going to be looking at doing that very soon. They're very close to accepting this peace deal. 38 reasons not to at this moment. Short duration of war is 60 of those. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Okay, they're down to 15 reasons. And 4 reasons. Next time this ticks, there we go. Beautiful. We propose that peace deal. Warsangali is ours. So that's now Ethiopian Somaliland. Do we have access to any additional... Ooh, iron mines. We're going to build iron mines up there. There's also access to fishing wharves that we can queue up, but that's low priority. Okay. So now I want to take a look at our infamy here. 2.3. Noted. 24.2K financially. Okay. There's going to be some turmoil here, but that'll tick down over time. I feel like that's fine. We're going to have... Actually, that's not that bad of construction efficiency reduction here. We could do the iron mines after these government administrations. something like this, and that would give it time for that to tick down. Keep in mind, we're still working on paying off this debt. That's going to be another 10.4 that we can earn off of that. So that's good. Do we expand again into Measurtine? It's going to be a slightly tougher war, but I don't think it's going to be a substantially tougher war. 7 plus 2. We would have to expel diplomats first. Okay. It's certainly an interesting option. Our population is currently at 90k annually, so that's... We're definitely not reaching our construction goals, right? There's no doubt about that. 25k per week, huh? That's definitely working its way through this quickly. How many more weeks is this going to be? I mean, a fair amount. About a year, I think, at this rate. That is painful. No doubt about that. How are we doing on our construction efficiency here? Still 28.8. Okay. Noted. So our turmoil here will eventually continue to drop. Eventually. Yeah, that seems reasonably fine. So we're making 27k right now. Of course, remember, this is accelerating. This money that we're not putting into interest is going into paying down our principal. So that's very, very good. Out of curiosity, what is expensive? Okay, ammunition artillery, that makes sense. It's the British market after all. Paper is also on the expensive side, and making paper is not a terrible idea for us. We may want to consider starting up a paper mill in, like, Gondar here. I'm going to put this as a high priority, but we're going to move it down in the priority list to be more along the lines of here. There we go. That'll do for now. How do we get rid of this malaria? That's probably something that we need to research a medicine for, right? I think if we go into our society text here, things like malaria prevention. Yeah, that's what we would need there. That's a ways away. No doubt about that. We're definitely seeing our literacy come up here. I want to check in on our social mobility decrees. Yeah, all of our states are currently decreed for that. So that's definitely noted. And we're seeing results out of that, but it is starting to level off a little bit. I want to look at passing a law. Yeah, tenant farmers isn't going to be a thing. We could go towards commercialized or collectivized agriculture eventually, but we would need mutual funds and socialism for that. So I don't think we go any of those routes right now. And wow, we have almost no laws that we can change. Sure. We have basically no law changes that we can do. Okay. We are on a righteous government right now. What if we were to back off on that and put, say, the armed forces in here? We'd be able to work towards professional armies. The landowners wouldn't be super opposed to that. We'd be able to work towards proportional taxation as well, apparently, but we don't have egalitarianism. The armed forces endorse it. Let's put this in here. And I want to work towards professional army. We'll see what ends up happening here. Yeah, the nobles are upset. That's no surprises. They'll get over it. They will definitely get over that. Now, I want to check in here. What is our lowest revenue? Okay, we can actually cancel these. That will help our convoy situation a little bit. We can cancel these as well. And that looks decent. Cool. So we now have a surplus of convoys for the moment. Now we no longer do. Interesting. So basically what we need is more convoys, I think, is what that's telling me. So obviously, we would like to build additional ports. We can't. We don't have the option to do that at this moment. We're definitely making good progress on this debt, though. That's for sure. All of this is currently considered positive, so I think that's good. And yeah, we're down to 865k here. Our interest payments are down to 5k right now. So we're going to work towards professional army. We have very little chance of this actually passing. We'll see how it goes. We'll probably need to take our setbacks early here. But that's fine. So 5k in interest at this moment. We're looking at somewhere around... well, not that many weeks to get this paid off, actually. So 26k. What would we be at if we were to resume this? Minus 13? Okay. So the interest plus unrealized taxes doesn't quite get us there. That's definitely noted. But it gets us very, very close. Possibly into the close enough status. Interest payments are tough when we're this small, though. There's no doubt about that. So, what do we have going on here? A milder law. The law does need passing. It's a 50-50 of who we're going to make angry here. Okay. Looks like it was not the landowners. That's good. This trade route is currently inactive. We'll get rid of it. That looks good. And we'll see how this ends up going. I'm not expecting this to be amazing in terms of how it works. Hang on, we just went up to 32k. I think that's because the landowners are less angry now, actually. But that actually gives us a really, really solid foundation to work from. 7k? That's much, much better, actually. Much better indeed. 23.7 in Somaliland right now? Here's the idea. We mix in these logging camps, like so that we have, you know, some profit-generating buildings in the government administrations, but we also have some profit-generating buildings in terms of some of these logging camps. I don't want to construct the iron mines just yet, even though they would be very beneficial. We want to keep them a bit lower in the priority, and it would be something like this. We continue to wait here until we've paid off these debts. We're not very far away from that at this moment. Our investment pool is building up, and there's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately, because we lack the tech for railroads. That said, mechanical tools is 3 months out. And then railways will be after that. That's 3 years away. So that's not too bad on that front. That's looking good. And we're currently under 10 weeks away from paying off our debt. I like it. Are we going to attack over here? I think we're going to hold off on that. I want to start attacking again, but let's see what happens with professional army first. Professional army will be very useful. For sure. And yeah, there's the improved relations being maxed out at this moment. That's fine. And we'll see how this goes. Odds are low, but we'll see. Desperate allies, huh? Actually, that's really good. 20% enactment success chance. And we don't even get a setback out of it. That's really solid. So we're just paying off the rest of this debt here. We're very, very close at this moment to being able to construct unfettered. Very, very close indeed. Gold depleted in the Yukon territory. Okay. So we're going to be at about 36k. We do have some unrealized taxes, but that's to be expected. Okay, next week tick, we are officially out of debt. We're going to go back into debt, probably, when we construct here. A little bit. I'm going to give it one more week to let our gold reserves build up slightly. There we go. And now we're going to resume our construction. Yeah, it's ever so slightly negative here. I'm hoping that we turn it around and take it positive before we run out of gold reserves. That's the idea here. Mechanical tools have been unlocked, giving us a bunch of new production methods. Steel tools would be amazing. And sulfite bleaching, sure. Government administrations should be on filing cabinets. What else do we have here? Slaughterhouses? Do it. We'll keep an eye on what we're short on. Paper tools and iron currently. That's noted. We're working on paper and iron. We should probably work a little bit on tooling. So I'm going to queue up one in Amhara, and I queue that up at the bottom. It should really be brought up to the top, but then dropped down in terms of when this is being built to be sometime after these iron mines, most likely. So like in between these two iron mines, I think. Something kind of like this. Beautiful. We, of course, do need an active research, and we're taking railways. We really badly need railways. So we're going to get that underway. After that, we might move towards malaria prevention. We'll see. So we're at minus 4.7k here. But we're going to start getting people put to work. That's good. Our peasants are in a better situation than they were previously. There's no doubt about that. That logging camp finishes. And now that we have a 25% chance on this professional army, I'm feeling a lot better about this. Like, a whole lot better. So we'll see how this goes here on this roll. Okay, we passed directly into consideration with no setbacks. That's looking good. I like it. What's looking a little less good is our finances at this moment. I want to check in 22.7, so that has increased substantially. If we need to pause our construction, which we will, then we'll do that. And let our gold reserves build up for like an additional 2 weeks. So I'm going to let this go. I'm not going to go back into debt here. I do want to continue to construct, no doubt about that. We're going to go into debt on this week tick. And now I'm going to pause our construction. What is this event? Laborers become more loyalist. Do it. I like it. And actually, our radicalism has dropped a fair amount. Wasn't this at like 1 point some million previously? I like it. So we're currently building up. I'm going to give it one more week tick. And now we return to construction. Beautiful. That will finish up a fair amount of this construction in that time. So that should be good. We're at 50 construction right now. Ideally, we want to be at like 100, but we really can't support it. We really can't support expanding our construction further. So we're going to call this good for now. This logging camp finishes. Excellent. Hardwood is, I think, no longer super... Oh, we have an admiral with no flotillas. Yeah, of course we would. I don't know why we have an admiral, but there's a hardwood shortage again. We're working on producing additional wood. We have a bunch of logging camps down here that we're going to work on once we're done with our more immediate concerns, which include wood a little bit, but really more government administration and iron mines. I would be working on these iron mines more. Oh, is this a setback? 15% enactment success chance. Without getting a setback. Do it. That brings us up to 40%. That's looking really good. So we can continue to run at this level for another 5 weeks. We'll dip into debt for 1 week, but it'll be a minor amount of actual debt, and we're going to keep doing this. We're going to build for a while, and then we're going to spend about 2 weeks not building and just not go into debt this way. We're just going to micro it. It'll be fine. We're finally starting to work on this iron mine. Cool, that's 29 weeks out at this point. We definitely do need work on that iron mine. Okay, we're going to go into debt this week. We allow that And now we pause. We're going to give it 2 weeks here. And we can see the balance graph really freaking out about this. Cool. And I'm going to give it 1 more week, and then we'll go back to construction. Boom. So we're spending more time constructing than not constructing, right? That's the idea here. We're going to be getting these unrealized taxes under control fairly soon. I want to double check. We are going to need one in Oromia as well. Okay, that's noted. So are we going to put this in this top position? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Although we should probably move this guy down and this guy up just because of where they already are. So something more along the lines of this. Just so that we're actually using that construction a little bit more efficiently and getting it done quickly, right? So something like that. Beautiful. So this iron mine is going to be a little bit slowed down. Yes. But we're trying to not be putting too much of our construction eggs in the Ethiopian Somaliland basket right now. Although I want this guy up here. Something like this. Cool. That'll do. Sick leave. Minus 10% enactment success chance. That's not ideal, but given what we've had previously, that's okay. That's okay. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to continue our construction. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.